and I use the term loosely. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to address the problem with these stub mounting holes on this crankcase. As you may recall from an earlier video, the holes apparently were stripped out at one time. Somebody put Healy coils in them. They did not drill the holes straight. They went in at angles in order to get the oil pump to fit on over the crooked studs. They bent the studs so that the studs would slip on, or so the oil pump would slip on, although it didn't really slip on. It had to be forced on. The result of that was that the oil pump bound up when you tried to rotate it. The oil pump must turn freely, so we're going to fix all that. A little word about the setup. The crankcase is clamped to a right angle step block, so it is square in the vertical direction. I got a couple of 3/8 rods going through camshaft holes into the step block, and I've adjusted the crankcase so that it's square in this direction by using a square and lining it up with the drill. Seemingly, when the guy drilled the holes for the Healy coils, he left this plate on there. These holes are all a little oversized. They're right at 5/16. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a 5/16 drill bit, and I'm just going to touch up the holes. And we're just going to do this by eyeball and by feel. When I extend the drill, I'm looking for it to go straight into the hole without, you see, if I keep pushing this, it deflects it a little bit. I want it to go in evenly. When it goes in evenly, I will have it centered. I'll then just clean the hole up a little bit. Then I'm going to switch to a 5/16 mill, and I'm going to mill down to the bottom of the hole and just clean the hole up. Then I'm going to take this oil pump breather plate off and go in with whatever size drill bit I need for a 3/8 inch bolt. I have to look that up yet, I don't know. In order to keep this lined up while I'm working on this, I have a piece of 1/4 inch drill rod very lightly tapped into the oil pump passageway, the return hole for the return back to the crankcase. This is just tapped in there. It's a little bit of a snug press fit in there, or light press fit probably. And there was one bolt hole that had some threads left in it. This one bolt hole is holding the plate down so that it doesn't want to ride up when the drill or the mill hits it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started.
Okay, the process of aligning the holes in the crankcase directly under the mill took quite a while. I'm making minute adjustments to the mill table, forward and aft, left and right, checking the fit of the drill into the hole to make sure it goes in without hitting or just barely skimming the sides of the hole. All the holes took this long. I'm only showing you the one, and I sped it up because I want to spare you the pain of watching me go through this. But the payoff ends up being in the end.
Okay, I've got this where I want it. I'm locking it down. That took quite a while. I'm doing it as much by sound as by sight. I'm listening for the sound of the flutes of the drill bit rubbing on the sides of the hole. I'm feeling for minute resistance in a quill as I plunge it into the hole. In order to avoid the same mistake happening that the first guy made, we've got to be as precise as possible with all of this. A question might be asked, well, do you need to be so precise about it? Well, the answer is, well, no, of course not. If you want to do this all over again the next time you have a problem with it, I could bend the studs, I could shove the oil pump in the bottom and, let it rip. But, that's not what you want to do if you want to produce a quality product. Okay, let's switch over to the end mill. Switching the collet. Three-eighths collet goes in. Five 5/16 end mill goes in into the collet. I'm only going to put in the minimal amount of the end mill into the collet because clearance of the crankcase is going to be an issue. So, you know, if I was doing heavy milling, this probably wouldn't work. But these holes are cleaning out fairly easily, so I think this is going to be fine. Let's see how we do on this one. Okay, I'm going to try to get a little bit more out of there. That end mill has maybe got a 1/4 of an inch engagement with the collet. That's it. Okay, that's it. The end mill bottomed out and whole. We're good to go on that one. Let's put the let's switch filling around and put the tap in. Switch collets. Let's get the oil pump out of the way. Okay, that one's bottomed out. Let's get it out of the way. Okay, let's run the bottoming tap down on that hole. Okay, that one's done. Okay, repeat 4 times, and that's all there is to it. Okay, just to give you a point of reference as to how bad this actually was, because I know I showed it in earlier videos, but it isn't really as obvious as it is right now. This one hole was not too fucked up. Look at this one. Here's a machinist 1, 2, 3 block. Will you look how far off this thing is? Was the guy blind? Was he drunk? how do you do something like that? Well, I know how you do it. You stick your old Black and Decker in there and you ream away at it, but good lordy, how could you expect that to possibly work right? Anyway, this is what we're correcting. This is the problem we're correcting. All right, we're wrapping this up. I could have just hit that with a right angle grinder or whatever and sand it off. I got it in the mill. May as well make it flat. Really don't need to, but hey, it's here. Why not? Anyway, for this video, that's the last of it. We'll see how I did on alignment of these things when I make my step studs to screw the oil pump down. In the meantime, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day. Please subscribe. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye.